Most men go straight for her breasts and clitoris, then wonder why she's not having those intense, full body experiences where her entire body responds with pleasure. But you're skipping six other erogenous zones that actually create that response. And look, those overlooked areas, they're the difference between intimacy she participates in and experiences she can't stop thinking about. When you rush to the obvious spots without touching these zones first, you're basically leaving the best part on the table. So today I'm going to show you exactly what those six zones are, and more importantly, I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan you can use tonight to combine all seven zones in the right sequence for maximum effect. I'm Dr. Sarah Whitman, your trusted men's health advisor. Today, I'm taking you through the anatomy of female pleasure to show you the six most overlooked areas on a woman's body. And I didn't just rely on textbook knowledge for this. I talked with women about what actually works, and some of their answers surprised even me. Let's start with the first zone. And this one is so subtle, most men never think to touch it. Her scalp. This is a part of her body that rarely gets touched outside of a hair salon, which makes it incredibly intimate when you do. It's also packed with nerve endings. It's one of the most nerve-dense areas on the body, and gentle scratching, slow movements through her hair, a light pull at the nape of her neck, all of this activates those nerve endings and sends tingles down her spine. Use your fingertips. Move slowly, like you're giving her a relaxing head massage. Many women find having their hair gently touched or brushed surprisingly soothing and even sensual. This scalp is powerful, not just because it feels good, but because it's not typically associated with intimacy. When you're touching her there, you're focused entirely on her comfort and enjoyment. It helps her relax, brings her into the present moment, and creates arousal in ways the more obvious areas can't. The second zone is something you probably touch, but not the right way. Her neck. It's one of the most sensitive parts of her body. Soft kisses, warm breath, gentle contact all create powerful responses. But what gets missed is that you need to explore the entire neck area. Most guys focus on just the front or one side. The neck extends all the way around, and different spots respond differently. The best way to know if what you're doing is working: listen for her breath. If it catches or quickens, you're on the right track. The neck is incredibly vulnerable, and there's something subconsciously appealing about the trust it takes to let another person be close to this area. You can try gently kissing the back of her neck, not aggressively, just enough contact to create warmth. It conveys confidence, which many women find extremely attractive. Zone number 3 is polarizing: the ears. Some women love having their ears kissed or touched, while others find it uncomfortable or ticklish. Your results will vary, so pay attention to her reactions. When it comes to ears, whispering something affectionate, giving a gentle breath near the ear, or softly kissing this area usually creates pleasant responses. If she's responding well, explore further with gentle contact. Move slowly around this sensitive.
If she's making approving sounds, continue. Otherwise, move slowly and read her signals. Ears are incredibly responsive, especially when you combine sound and touch. The combination of warm breath, whispered words, and gentle kisses creates layered sensation that deepens connections significantly. Before I move to Zone 4, let me share something that'll help you avoid common mistakes that kill the mood. I've created a free guide called The 10 Oral Intimacy Mistakes Most Men Make. This covers the most common errors during oral. Mistakes that turn something she should love into something she just endures. Things like wrong pacing, missing her signals, not reading her responses. You'll find the link in the description below. The fourth zone is so subtle it often gets ignored completely. The lower back. That spot between her waistband and shoulder blades is especially responsive. It's packed with nerve endings. For many women, having this area touched the right way creates a deeply feminine feeling and opens them up to deeper connection. The lower back usually gets treated like a warm-up, something you touch before real intimacy starts. But this area can remain important throughout your entire time together. A hand resting there during close moments, supporting this area gently. A soft touch when she's facing away from you. Even light pressure here can heighten her comfort and deepen her trust. You can explore this area with your lips too. Combine gentle kisses with supportive touch on her hips, and you're creating unexpected pleasure. And you don't have to wait for private moments. Give her a gentle touch here as she passes by. Rest your hand there while guiding her through a doorway. All of this allows her to feel your grounded presence and creates anticipation for later. Zone 5 is reserved only for intimate partners. Inner thighs. Think of them as the pathway to deeper intimacy, a pathway that rewards patience, gentle touches, light kisses, mindful attention. Give her inner thighs focus the next time you're together. Use your hands, use your lips. You can even use soft fabrics. Don't rush past this area. Use the inner thighs to let anticipation build naturally. The more time you spend here without rushing ahead, the more her body prepares itself and becomes responsive. The inner thighs are perfectly located to help you build arousal, and they're also a rarely touched area reserved for intimate partners only. The sixth zone is more obvious, but still often approached wrong. Her breasts and nipples. This region is highly sensitive, and the right kind of attention here can create intense pleasure. Using your hands, your lips, gentle contact, varied pressure, even temperature contrast with ice, all of these create different sensations. The key is to go slow and watch her reactions. Women's sensitivity here varies greatly. What worked previously might not work today. Her responsiveness changes throughout her cycle, throughout the day, based on stress and arousal levels. When exploring her breasts and nipples, it's about gradually building up to her preferred level of stimulation. For some women, that's very gentle. For others, it's firmer touch. Discovering where your partner is on that spectrum is part of the experience. Now, before I reveal the seventh and final zone, stay with me, because after I show you what it is, I'm going to give you that detailed step-by-step action plan I promised. The exact sequence to follow, how to transition between zones, what to say, how long to spend in each area, and how to combine everything for maximum connection. This isn't just theory. This is a complete roadmap you can follow tonight. And the seventh zone is the one most men focus on too quickly, the clitoris. It has over 8,000 nerve endings and is incredibly responsive. The reason the clitoris matters in this conversation is because stimulating it along with all these other areas is where real transformation happens. What gets missed about female arousal is that it doesn't work like yours. You can be ready almost instantly. She needs time, variety, anticipation. When you focus only on the obvious zones, breasts and clitoris, you're missing the bigger picture. But when you pay attention to her entire body, when you treat every area with care, her arousal builds in layers. It gets deeper, more intense, more connected. And when she does experience release, it's not just localized to one area. It's a whole body response that she feels throughout her entire being. That's the difference between adequate intimacy and unforgettable intimacy. That's what keeps her thinking about you, wanting you, initiating with you. Now, here's that detailed action plan I promised. This is exactly how to incorporate all 7 zones tonight in a sequence that builds arousal properly. Follow this and notice how differently she responds. Start in a comfortable setting. The living room works well. Sit close to her or behind her. Begin with her scalp, zone 1. Run your fingers slowly through her hair for 3 to 5 minutes. Gently use your fingertips to create small circles moving from her hairline back. Watch her body language. If her shoulders relax and drop, you're creating the right effect. While you're touching her scalp, lean in close and start working zone 2, her neck. Soft kisses on the side of her neck, warm breath near her ear. Don't rush this phase. Spend another 3 to 4 minutes just on scalp and neck. You're building pleasant sensations and connection. When her breathing changes or she tilts her head to give you more access, that's your signal she's responding well. Now, transition to zone 3, the ears. Whisper something specific near her ear. Tell her what you appreciate about her or what you're looking forward to. I've been thinking about being close to you all day. Or, I want to take my time with you tonight. Your breath combined with your words creates anticipation. If she responds well, if she leans into you, if she makes approving sounds, add gentle kisses near her ear. At this point, you've spent 10 to 15 minutes and haven't rushed to the obvious areas. That's intentional. You're engaging her entire nervous system. She's present. She's focused on sensation. Her arousal is building. Now, move to zone 4, her lower back. Guide her to a more comfortable position or move to the bedroom. Slide your hands to rest on her lower back. Use supportive pressure. Press your palms into the small of her back and move them slowly. Spend 2 to 3 minutes here. You can add kisses down her back if clothing allows. This area is so rarely given attention that when you focus here, it feels incredibly caring. Here's where you start combining zones. Keep one hand on her lower back while you return to her neck with your mouth. You're touching 2 zones simultaneously. Now, this is when her arousal spikes, because her mind can't predict where the next pleasant touch is coming from. Now, transition to zone 5, her inner thighs. Position yourself comfortably between her legs. Start near her knees. Gently touch or kiss the inside of one knee. Slowly move up her inner thigh. Stop well before reaching her most intimate area. Switch to the other leg. Repeat this pattern several times. The more time you spend here building anticipation, the more her body naturally prepares itself. Everything becomes more responsive. Spend at least 5 to 7 minutes on her inner thighs. You'll notice when it's working, her breathing changes, her body language shifts. She may guide you with her hands. Not yet. Move to zone 6, her breasts and nipples. Use your hands first with gentle touch. Don't focus immediately on her nipples. Create anticipation by touching around her breasts first. When you do focus on her nipples with your fingers, your lips, gentle contact, she's already so engaged that even light touch creates strong responses. Spend 3 to 4 minutes here. But here's the key. Alternate between her breasts and her inner thighs. Touch her breast, then kiss her inner thigh. Back to her breast, back to her thigh. You're creating variety. She doesn't know what's coming next, so her anticipation stays elevated. Now you move to zone 7, the clitoris, but you don't rush directly there. You start with gentle touch around this region first, slow, mindful movements. When you do focus directly on her clitoris, use gentle, consistent contact. Here's where all the previous zones create the difference. Because you spent 20 to 30 minutes building her arousal through her scalp, neck, ears, back, thighs, and breasts, her clitoris is already highly responsive. You don't need intense pressure or fast movement. Her body is fully engaged. While you're focused on her clitoris, bring back other zones. Keep one hand on her lower back with supportive pressure. Use your other hand on her breasts or reach up and touch her neck. You're engaging multiple zones at once now, and her nervous system responds powerfully. Pay attention to her breathing, her sounds, the way her body moves. When you find an approach and rhythm that makes her respond positively, don't change it. Stay consistent. Many men make the mistake of changing what they're doing right when she's most engaged. If she's responding, maintain exactly what you're doing. When she does reach climax, it won't be localized. It'll be full body because you've spent 30 to 40 minutes activating sensation throughout her entire being. That's the transformation. That's what creates those full body experiences where she feels pleasure from her scalp to her toes. After she finishes, don't stop abruptly. Slowly reduce intensity. Move from her clitoris back to her inner thighs. Gentle touches, then back to her lower back. Soft contact. You're helping her transition gradually. This matters significantly. That's your complete approach. Scalp to neck to ears to lower back to inner thighs to breasts to clitoris, with plenty of movement between zones. 30 to 40 minutes total, most of that time spent building connection before focusing on her most sensitive areas. The reality is simple. You can keep approaching intimacy the same way, focusing on breasts and clitoris, wondering why she's not as enthusiastic as you'd like, Or you can start treating her entire body with attention. When you do, everything changes. Her responsiveness, her desire for connection, her desire for you, all of it improves. You're not adding complexity, you're adding thoughtfulness. And thoughtfulness is what creates real connection. When she feels seen, valued, explored, not just physically but emotionally, she opens up in ways that will surprise both of you. And if you want to avoid common mistakes during oral that reduce her pleasure, download the 10 oral intimacy mistakes most men make. This guide covers the specific errors that turn intimate moments from something she desires into something she tolerates. Link in the description. Start tonight. Use the approach I just gave you. Spend real time in each zone. Notice how she responds and understand that this isn't a one-time technique. This is how intimacy should work. Slow, intentional, full body, connected. Subscribe to the channel and comment below. Which zone are you most excited to explore? I read every comment. Your intimacy is worth the effort. Her pleasure is worth your attention, and the connection you build is worth it.